expectation and hope, I think. But you also need a wee bit of belief. You don't go there with fear. A break for league business, obviously, so nah, we don't go there with fear, definitely no fear. We're one game away from Hampden. Celtic are the same, but our focus on us. You're one game away from Hampden, and I'm a great believer, if you want to get to Hampden, you've got to beat either the Old Firm at some point, generally. Whenever that year we made it to the final, to be fair, but that was the League Cup. But if you really, in general terms, you want to get to Cup finals, you want to get to Hampden Park in semi-finals, you've got to generally beat the Old Firm along the way. He was playing with 10 men for the majority of the game, so I'll take that. I'll take an early sending off for them, early doors, but I don't think you can read too much into that game, if I'm honest. It's difficult. We played Celtic here last year this season with 10 men. They still beat us 3-0, so they're a good team. Brendan's a top manager, so Callum being missing, I hope he makes a quick recovery, because you want to see the best players playing. Obviously Scotland coming up as well, so I think Callum's an outstanding talent, but I mean this in the manner it should be meant, is I'd be delighted if he wasn't on the team sheet. So it's a bit of a bonus. I also think Hatate's a huge player for Celtic. And then I hear all this, they're no in form. What are they, 2 points off the league or something like that? 2 Old Firm games to go. So I'm not really buying into that narrative, if I'm honest. I'm not really buying into it. They've got a top manager, they're a top club, and it's going to be a difficult game of football. Yeah, we've been there with Brendan previously, with Neil Lennon, with Ange, and we've managed to pick points up in the game. Now, obviously it's a cup game, it's different, but I think you go there with the expectations. You need to see out the first 15-20 minutes and then you take the game, but you've got to manage the game. It's all right having a game plan and going there, but that can very, very quickly change. I was laughing last night because you look at the Copenhagen Man City game. Copenhagen manager comes out and he says, listen, come here, we can maybe sneak a draw, maybe sneak a wee 1-0 victory. 8 minutes in, he's 2-0 down. Everything that you have worked on as a club, as a manager, as a coach, as a player, has just went right out the window. And I've stood at the side of Parkhead before, Parkhead and Ibrox, and you've worked extremely hard within that working week to try and your game plan, it's gone within 5-10 minutes of the game. So I think you've got to go there, you've got to be pragmatic, you've got to stay in the game, but do you know what, you've got to manage the game. Because it's alright saying stay in the game, it's a lot easier said than done. You've got to manage the game within the game. You've got to match them, you've got to be your appetite, you've got to be aggressive, you've got to try and get your distances correct. And that's the difficult part, because they'll force you into a low block at times for a lot of the game, and it's a difficult part. So you've got to manage the game within the game. We'll all go there and we've all got game plans, but it can quickly change, believe me. Yeah, it's probably upstairs are delighted with that one, if I'm honest. I wasn't overly delighted with that. Most years you're looking at it and going, well, the positive is you've got a chance of going through. Probabilities are slower than other ties, lower than other ties, but I wanted to try and get the club, the fans back to Hampden. I'd rather had a home tie, in all honesty. But you've got to try and look at the positives as well. It'll mean money for the club, and it's kind of it's money that's going to help the club fight. It's going to go. It's no coming into the first team. So put it that way. It's going to help the club. It's not coming back into the first team budget or anything like that. Don't really focus too much on that previously, if I'm honest. It was during COVID. We never played any of the Old Firm in the run up to that. I think it was St Johnstone that put Rangers out that year, wasn't it? I don't know who it was that put Celtic out, but it gives you a taste of what you want to do as a manager, as a club, as a player, staff, coach, whatever that may be. But we never got to taste it with the fans with us at that point, so it's always been an aspiration of mine of taking the club back to Hampden, but bringing the fans with us. So it was during COVID, it was strange times, really, really strange times, so there's not really a lot that I can take from that experience and take it into this experience, other than you want to do it again. A lot more of that. Got to go and stick to the game plan, and you've got to go there with a wee bit of self-belief. So I'm under no illusions how hard it's going to be, but do I think we can get something from the game? I do. I genuinely do. If I didn't think that, I wouldn't be going there. It's professional football, and I genuinely do believe on my day, you need probably Celtic to underperform at certain parts of the game, and you need to be bang at it, you need to be right at the top of your game to get anything from it. But it's up to us to go there and try and make that happen. It's not how I see it, to be fair. I'd rather be right into league action. I want like a quarter final at Scottish Cup. But for me, I want to get right into league action. I want to change the circumstance that we're in. I don't want to be sitting here talking about being 6 points behind. I want to be sitting here next game talking about 3 points behind in level terms. So for me, it's a distraction. That's what it is. But if I had a choice of playing the Scottish Cup this week or a league game this week, I'd be favouring the league game over the Scottish Cup, to be honest, because I want to get these games. I want to get playing these games. Yeah. As a club at this point in time, we've got to 2 quarter-finals of the domestic cup competitions, so I think that's a kind of feather in the cap for everybody at the club. The downside of that is you've been the Old Firm away in both occasions, but if we can manage to go here on Sunday, take something from the game, it'd be a huge leap in positivity within the building. It would bring a lot of new energy into the club as well, and it would be a huge testament to the players. So I think they're more than capable of doing that, if I'm honest. But again, you kind of sit here and you caveat it with, you're under no illusions how hard that's going to be. 2 went off injured on Saturday, wasn't ideal. 2 of the back 4. Mick Devlin went off and Christian went off. Mick's away for a scan. His scans came back. It's not the worst. So, but Mick's probably this game's too early for him. Christian's going to train today and we'll see how he gets on. Sean Donnellan's returned to training, so we'll see how Sean gets on. But still, Pittman and Penrice, who for me were probably 2 of our best players this season, still missing them, which is a big blow. But hopefully after the international break we've got them back. So really, on the injury front, it's not been a great season in terms of injury. It's been a really unsettled back 3, back 4, back 5 at times, constantly chopping and changing due to injuries. So hopefully by the international break we'll be in a much better place going into the next batch of games.